This is Brian with Premium Residential Maintenance. We are doing a make-ready video for Paramount Properties at 4818 East Cali Redondo, Phoenix, Arizona. And we'll take a look at the front yard landscape first. Not bad, grass is dormant, doesn't have the winter grass. We did check it on the irrigation system. There are several broken heads in here along the walkway. I just took still pictures of those where it was leaking. Come around, take a look at the shrubs. Discussing these shrubs, I would bring them down below the windows as it's beating up the house and the wood shutters on each side of the window. So I'd bring those down below the window line, trim the tree back off the roof, trim these back away from the roof line, and maybe we'll get in the backyard, show you maybe we could bring these down to about an 8-foot level where they're all straight and even all the way back. Just an option. A couple of the shutters do need to be repaired. We can take care of that. There's a valve box up front here. Clean it out. Again, bring them all below the window line. The shrubs, trim these up a little bit, clean them up, clean them out. And we'll come across this side. This side also has several leaks as we still have the water stain here. Several heads and lines. You have a big one right in here that's leaking, and one in the back corner. Mind I let you know there's no side gate to get into the backyard. You have to go through the back. Also wanted to note the front section here, all the way over there, the fascia is brown. Not consistent with the going up the side, it's gray, and the side's gray, and the back is gray. Just an option to paint those so they match the window shutters on the side. Power wash the outside of the home. We're going to the garage right now. We're going to go a different direction. We have a stationary type wall here. Recommend just removing it along with all the stuff that'll make the garage larger. This was a door at one time. It's no longer a door. Give the option to make it back into a door. We'll go to the other side and take a look at that. As you can see, the wood was cut, or we could just leave it and, let it be for right now. And we're going to go out back. We'll come into the garage, into the laundry room here, and we've got a very slow sink, stopped up sink that needs to be fixed. The drain line, I believe, is the problem on that. We got paneling board that's all been broken up and needs to be repaired. We have a washing machine draining into this sink that's backed up. But we did locate the clean out for the home, which is right back here, which is good. That's why we don't think that it's probably in just this sink line that I'm thinking underneath here. But recommending pull all this back, putting 3 new sheets of paneling on the back, a new valve box, new valves with a drain line, a new drain line that's going in to the proper line since your clean out is already here. And we'll create one line for the sink, one line for the washing machine that will drain into the main line. And get that paneling fixed up and paint that wall. Clean up the rest of the room. Could give an option to put tile in here eventually. Not needed, but we could just clean it up. This is a laundry / storage type room. Probably need to take a look at the ceiling fan here. Got a couple of light bulbs out, does turn on. Option to paint fix the trim up in here or just clean it up. But I'm definitely gonna have to paint this wall over here where the plumbing goes, and behind the hot water tank, the panel behind that, pull that out. You know, I put a new panel behind here so it looks all nice. I would just get rid of this contraption. Hot water tank can be probably left in the open. It's not a big deal. This is the laundry room, storage room. Okay, we're gonna come back over here. I have some items and stuff to remove right here. Just some divot holes. Right here's one. Need to fill with dirt so you don't have no trip hazards back here. Recommend removing the vine system off the house. It's just gonna eat at the house and the wood. Just recommend removing all that. And we're gonna come over here to this fence. Just checked it out again this morning. The fence is eventually gonna fall. I thought you could repair it, but if you kind of look at the fence from this section right here, the entire fence leans and probably needs to be taken down. Try to salvage as many pieces as you can and rebuild it back up, but I would rebuild it up to the 6-foot marker for the added privacy from the alley. Put a new fence in, a new gate, I mean. Just want you to look at that line. And the stability is worse. It's not as bad over there, but there's a lot of loose ones. And as you can see, it's leaning. It's leaning from the bottom. Starts at the bottom and goes up. And the lean's getting heavier and heavier. So I don't necessarily see it falling anytime soon. But again, one spot gives out, like those loose ones, then you're gonna have more of a problem. So after further research, I just recommend rebuilding this block wall, but putting it at a 6-foot height. Again, filling some holes back here with dirt. Here's our irrigation box. We do have one bad valve in this box, not turning on this section of grass. The timer needs to be replaced with a 8-station timer, and that will be working after we make the repairs in the front, repair the valve. Again, now you have a lot of dead foliage in the ones right here. It looks like somebody cut this one short, but it's not. It's just from freezing it. Recommend bringing it down 8 foot, just an option. Bring all this down to 8-foot level all the way to the front, so it looks more clean and systematic. Just an option. Have a broken glass window right here, and I recommend it's right down here in the corner. Recommend new openers for these windows. They're not closing properly and not working properly. We could replace those. Take a look around. Now, concrete was painted before. I would just clean it up and wash it off, spray it off, clean up the area right now and let it be. Now, I was thinking about this. You have, at this home, you have the option to have the, pay for the option of the watering system right there for flooding the yard, or you have the option to have your own irrigation to work. And after further thinking about it, because that right there will flood the yard and cause a lot of water to come into this area. The irrigation system will not flood the yard, but will be set on a certain time and it will shut off. That's made to go all the way out to the front yard and flood the front yard as well. We do have these above the window. They come down. They seem to be working. I forgot to show you these. These will be to determine if it's broke, you know, just probably remove it. If not, let's just leave it, because I know this one's working. That one seems to be working. Well, the drop down shades over the windows. All right, we're entering from the back side of the home. And we're entering into this room. Recommend removing these shutters and maybe putting either a vertical or two vertical blinds. This is a 106-inch long window, which is a bit longer than average. So I might have to special order that blind and remove this shutter system. Put a nice inside mount vertical blind there. We got ceiling issues that was halfway painted. We got a purple wall, different colored walls. Like to give the option for a gray paint, a little lighter than a tile, and leave the white trim and white doors. Notice we have curtains over the doors. Recommend removing the curtains. We could put mini blinds on each one of these, nice mini blinds on these doors, or leave them without blinds. Just an option. And we'll head this direction and start over here on this end of the house, the bathroom. I did run water inside for a long time, and all the drains, this drain is a little bit slow, probably just needs to be cleaned out. Maybe a hairball or anything in there. This drain was draining fine, toilet was flushing fine, just needs a cleaning and some items removed. And we come over here, we've got concrete, unfinished tile. Recommend removing, if you can't find the matching tile, remove it up to the threshold, make sure the tile is cut right. And if you have to get a different color, an off gray, that's fine. We have an older ceiling fan in here, possibly go with an all white one or a nickel plated one for an updating. And we have some mini blinds in here. They are working, they got a couple bent slats, but just an option. And probably remove this wood frame like deal around the window. No need to be there, but option to put a vertical blind in this one, so we keep it like a system matching. Only bedroom in the house is the master bedroom that has faux blinds, but again, faux blinds, you don't necessarily have to be here. We have purple and yellow, go with the gray and white trim. This ceiling doesn't seem to be that bad in this room, so we could probably leave that. Paint the closet doors. Leave the shelves white, paint the walls the gray in the closets with the white trim. And you have that gray tile. Clean up the vents. What we'll do is paint those white, so it offsets with the gray on the wall. Option. This light bulb's out. Come down here. We do have a gas furnace, so we do need to add a CO detector, and that's in here. This is your heating system. And here's the tiles. You're gonna paint this all gray. We'll come right back to this area because we're going to show you a door and frame system that doesn't really need to be here. And we'll come into bedroom 2. Again, missing tile. Do the same thing in this room. Threshold. If you can't find a matching tile, cut it there. Paint the walls the gray with the white ceiling and white baseboard, white closet doors. Same thing. This one has a bit blind up here. Again, I'd recommend possibly it works, but you know, hey, put in the vertical, it's an option, or just keep it. I'm going based on where the home is located and fixing it up to where we could get the right deal for it. Again, we have discoloration up it. They painted over something that was here, or they had a border up there at one time. And now we have this hallway door system. Back up a little bit. Oops, let's get it zoomed out. There we go. As you can see, there's a makeshift door right here. this is, well, put in just probably for extra privacy at one time, but it really doesn't need to be here because it's a hallway and all the rooms are separate. So I'm going to recommend we pull this whole thing out, paint it and fix the drywall. This too, right up here, all around here, and down and over here. Okay, get that all cleaned up. I forgot to mention the bedrooms don't have smoke detectors. We need to get those in the bedrooms. This one does, and this hallway does. The 2 bedrooms over here doesn't. And we'll come in the master. You see we got some dark walls in here, different colors. I can't really see the color of that ceiling. I'm not sure if it's white, but I'd recommend getting rid of the darker color. These faux blinds do work, so I would just leave them, clean them. In this room, it's a nicer type blind. Inside mount. Ceiling fan's in good shape. This room just needs to be painted. I would just go with the gray and white. You want to keep a system throughout the home with a semi-gloss. That's easier to fix later. Coming to the master bathroom. Again, I ran the bathroom, water, all sinks and everything were running at the same time. I did not get any kind of backup. Need to check the ceiling over here in this area, just because it seems to be bulging a little bit right here. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Take a look at that, and you probably have to paint this ceiling because it looks like it's an off-white all the way to the ceiling bottom, but we'll do the gray in here. Gray walls, a little lighter than the tile, white trim, and clean it up. We'll come out this way. Get the closet, again, paint, get rid of the purple, paint this to gray walls, go with and so forth. Okay, turn that off. And we'll come out to the front room where we are missing tile also all the way across, painted concrete. Option to put tile indefinitely in this home and where it's located. Ceiling isn't bad in this room. Paint the walls the gray. What we'll do is leave that border going along the wall right there. We'll paint that white, have the white trim. Got definitely a nice ceiling fan in here. There's one shutter slat that needs to be repaired over there in that window. Other than that, these just need to be cleaned. Leave those nice white. Again, we'll have the gray walls with the tile. Front door, just clean it up. Maybe put a little clear finish on it to where it pops out a little bit better. Or the option to paint it white, or since you have the gray, the browns really don't match, so we could paint this all white, this front door, or paint it this kind of color, find out what this color is, or paint it white. That way you get rid of the brown altogether. And this is just a small closet. This needs tile. Looks like the light's out right here. And we'll come around this way. Option to remove these bifold doors or shutter doors. I just take them out. Future option, you open up this wall. You could open up the other wall on the other side, leave that one wall for the kitchen. Just a future option. Be nice in this home. And put some vertical blinds on these ones, vertical blinds on these ones. Then we have just one master that's got the faux, and the rest are verticals, nice verticals. As you can see, the kitchen's black with dark grays and gray floor. Paint up here, the lighter gray. And leave the cabinets white, clean them up with the white paint where it just needs touched up in some spots. Probably just try to get them cleaned. This oven works, but the clock is not working on it. I tested the microwave, ran it, started it, ran it. I'm not getting no power surge at this time, but my feeling is that this wall probably runs on the same circuit as this wall, and if we power everything up and something's all working at the same time, you know, it is a smaller panel. It could pop a breaker once in a while, but I can't get it to pop at this time. And that will about conclude our make ready video. You see what I've seen, and thank you. We could also put one last thing. We could also put just a little mini blind on this one, option, but you know, just to close off the garage. And there's one other thing I want to show you in the bathroom over here. Oh, we're missing a smoke detector here too, but we're going to add the CO detector. Maybe I'd frost this window. It's, you know, you could stand in the shower and see right out. I'm sure people can see right in, but option to frost this window is just a paint that goes over, but it's still, it's a frost, so it still gets light penetrating through it. Looks pretty nice. Thank you.